Okay, there we go. We're recording. This is episode 5 of the Hiatus Hangout podcast with myself, MH9, and a special guest who you guys haven't seen yet, but he will be in an upcoming Minecraft episode. I believe Minecraft episode, was it 5 or 6? But yeah,
I think it's 5.
episode 5, yeah, you were on episode 5. We filmed 6, I think, without you, because you couldn't make it. But yeah, we're here with a close friend of ours and an avid Naruto watcher and supporter. He goes by Midge. Won't be saying anymore. But how long have you been watching Naruto, and how many times have you rerun it?
Whoa, how much time do you have, brother? I've watched Naruto. I started when back in the day. It's gonna show my age, but when we thought anime was cartoons.
Yeah.
That's when I started watching anime and Naruto in general when on Jetix.
No,
So
that's like,
maybe
mate, that's like 2006 or 7, bro.
yeah, I was when I was like 7
Yeah,
years old.
2007.
But I stopped watching Naruto. I think after in the UK, I think it stopped around like before the Sasuke revival arc. But in year 8, when I met Wolf, we had a discussion about anime. Then after, I just from there summer holidays I rewatched the whole of Naruto, including filler, and caught up to Shippuden in that year. I think it was 2015.
You know, it's crazy. I was talking about it as well with a few other people, like just my family and stuff. And we were like, how many times have you watched Naruto just straight up? And who, like, out of 3 people, who's watched it the most? And you did come to mind. I'd say you were second behind me, only because I've watched the original Naruto. I watched the original Naruto every summer for 6 years straight. Rerun.
Funny you say that because I think I said it before. I'm rewatching Naruto right now on Netflix.
Yeah, before the episode started, guys, Midge mentioned that he's watching it right now on Netflix. I didn't even know Netflix had it, and then I just searched it up, and yeah, they have a few. They have all of the seasons of original
All the
Naruto.
seasons, including filler. I was just scrolling one time. I was watching Dandan. If for those not watching, tune in. But I was watching that, and then you know how it shows like recommendations and stuff.
Yeah.
I saw Naruto, and I said, and it had like 8 seasons. I said, what? Let me tune in. It's been a while.
Yeah. That's pretty good, you know, that something like Netflix has it, because how many episodes are like 220? And a lot of places used to have only have, like, the first few arcs or something, which is like under 100 episodes. But yeah, do you want to get into the questions?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, I'll read it first. So, question number 1. Who is the most underrated and overrated character in Naruto? So, I think... Okay, so
are we doing post time or Shippuden with like, or even both?
You know, we'll do all of it. So Naruto plus Shippuden, and it's crazy because I've spoken to Wolf about this in a previous episode already. So there's a bit of overlap I can see here with a few of the questions. But this is a Naruto special. But do you want to go first or should I?
I'll go for post time skip. So the first part of Naruto.
Okay.
I think some might hate me for the second part, but I think underrated Shino, the bug boy.
Yo, Wolf said the same thing.
Overrated. I might get a bit of stick.
Okay.
Gara. Tad bit, and from the tuning exams, one of the coldest characters you ever see. But after that, we put him in a pedestal for no reason. And then after when you watch into Shippuden, what first happened to him?
Yeah, they did that. Yeah.
It's too high for me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, was it Naruto Shippuden episode 1, the very first time? And it was Tamari and Shikamaru. Naruto just landed in the village again. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm a Chunin, Neji's a Jonin. And they were like, wait, what? If you're joining, then where's Gaara? And boom, cutscene, aura farming. There's no wind in the sand village ever.
Behind Sasuke.
Gaara's cape is flying, and he has a Hokage's cape on. So they put him on a pedestal. You're right about that. But you're saying it's overrated. Okay, so I can see the glow down aspect of it. Like he was cold. Like, the way he was acting or the way he like stood out to everyone, he differentiated himself to every other person in the original Naruto. And then obviously in in post time skip, Shippuden and everything, he sort of like died down the hype, and then he got caught and captured,
After
so
it
that
became
made him.
Kazekage, just like
Yeah,
when you had Kazekage, oh damn,
yeah,
this guy was one of basically an equal of Naruto's became a like the head of his village at what
yeah.
like at like 15 or 14. You're thinking, oh, he must be like powerful,
I think it's 14. I'm pretty sure it's 14. The
and
start
then
of Shippuden.
for all of it to get stripped away, and after we don't see him that much, so his feats are like are some minimal.
Mm. I think
He gets a lot of like boosted points from when we saw him earlier in the Chunin exams, I think.
Yeah, I think it carried on. He had some sort of like legacy and hype, and it carried on to Shippuden, and then he kind of fell flat on his face with the Deidara thing, with the super big bomb, the paper bomb, whatever it was, and he protected the village, but that sort of exhausted his powers. And then obviously he got captured and taken. The one tail got taken out of him. He lost points there. He lost aura and hype around it. But I think the one that you should have seen my face. You might see it when it gets posted. Well, I just face palmed as soon as you said Goro because I have like 5 people in my top 5 Naruto characters ever. And Goro is one of my top 5 Naruto characters ever.
You don't
And
get
it's
twisted.
mainly
He's cold.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
cold, but you know, a lot of the stuff that he's done, and a lot of, and the spiel he gets online and stuff, he doesn't.
Yeah,
He's not.
he does get hyped. He does get hyped. But you know what? So I think the reason why he gets hyped, and I guess you could say definitely overrated, is do you know the war arc? That hella long arc. The one scene that from Naruto Shippuden that I like one of the most, like a top 3 scene for me, um, would have been his
Oh,
speech.
yeah, I was about to say when
Yeah.
he walks ahead of like Kakashi and the Kuchikage and Raikage just uniting the entire ninja army.
80,000, yeah, bro, 80,000 people. It's 400 years of fighting, right? They've had like 400 years of fighting since like forever ago. The first Hokage tried bringing it together, and he was the closest, and that was like a whole 60, 70 years ago. Since then, there's been nothing but a war for 60, 70 years. They hate each other's guts. There's been war constantly. Zoro comes out of nowhere and then gives that my friend speech, like, oh, they're targeting, it was called the enemy's targeting my friend. And he's, the only other like Jinchuriki, blah, 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 talks. And then he, says, oh, I'm too weak to fight alone. I need all of your help. So, rage with me if you're going to give me your strength. Every time I listen to that, bro, chills, goosebumps everywhere. It's
That's
insane. I'm
something a
like,
world
damn.
leader would say, man. If a world leader
Exactly.
said that,
Bro,
I'm backing him.
he's I don't think he's 16 yet.
I'm backing him. You have all these elderly men behind him, and they can't do nothing. But you have
Yeah.
this one 15-year-old who's
Exactly.
in front of the whole army saying, "Let's unite."
It's insane. It's like that like to end the speech as well. He says, "If you can't forgive the Sand Village for what you've done, then come fight me yourself." He's telling everyone in the 80,000 army, yeah. So let's assume that there's 5 villages and a few like samurais, right? 80,000 people. That's like what 66 to 70,000 enemies, and he's saying, "Yo, pull up, bro. If you hate the sand, pull up. I'll fight you, and you can take your anger out and the rage out." He's 15. I don't think he's 16 yet, because I swear Naruto turned 16 during the war when they
He
beat
turns
Madara or whatever.
16 after the whole thing with Kaguya.
Oh yeah, it's
That's when he
like
turns 16.
Yeah, Kaguya is gone, and then Sasuke. Then obviously, spoiler, he betrays everyone as soon as Naruto's 16th birthday happens, bro. That's why I like Goro. I know it's like he can be overrated because he's definitely highly rated. Um, yeah, he's one of the highest rated characters in the series. He's just cold, I think. But I do agree with your point that early Shippuden he fell flat on his face. But yeah.
Oh wait, I completely forgot. Shino,
Mm. Oh, we forgot about
PTS, and
underrated.
literally PTS, Shino. Come on now. There's something about mysterious characters that just drew you in, and his whole thing bugs, and he's like I want to say the word cold a lot, but he was just like he was him for a bit. I'll be honest. even especially in the Sasuke revival arc, he was moving like MVP for no reason.
You know what? He's one of those characters. He just shows up. It's weird, right? And it's weird to compare him. Have you watched One Piece?
I did, and then I stopped when they swapped bodies in the filler, and that was
Okay.
that was 2015.
But so Shino is it's weird. It's a weird comparison. I don't think it's ever been made. I've spoken about it a few times with a few people. He has like a one-liner or a two-liner. He stands there with his hand in his pockets, standing all cool, and then he doesn't need to say anything anymore. And he rarely gets overpowered, like truly overpowered. He reminds me of Shanks. Shanks has
Oh yeah,
one line every 200 episodes and is the most hyped guy. We don't even see the man's face. We see red hair flying in the wind a bit, or the back of his cape, with his that like sword that he has on his left, like a falchion, whatever it's called. 5 seconds per arc. That's all that Shanks get, and he has the most hype in the series.
it's because the way he looks. It's the character. That's it. He's just him. Some
It's just
characters
him,
just have
yeah.
they just have that. Some characters just have that.
And I'll be honest, we spoke about this last time, me and Wolf. We spoke about Shino and like Rock Lee being underrated as well. And Rock Lee got done dirty so badly at the end of Naruto Shippuden and in Boruto. It's just disgusting the way they treat him.
I wasn't gonna put him underrated, but then everyone says Rock Lee. Everyone says Rock Lee.
Everyone says Rock Lee already. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's kind of classic.
It's to the point where is he really underrated anymore?
Probably not, because people found that he's underrated, and then everyone started rating him high.
Yeah,
higher
like he's not really underrated anymore if everyone's rating him.
True. Fair enough. But yeah, I would have to agree with Shino. I had Shino and Rock Lee, and I had overrated Orochimaru. That was my guy that I had overrated last time I spoke. I think I spoke. It was episode 2 or 3 of the podcast. The reason I said Orochimaru is for the standard of hype he had, him and the 3 Sanin. And I'm not sure it's a case of bad writing, but did he actually achieve anything of like no? If that makes sense. So I was looking at it, right?
Shino.
Not Orochimaru. I said he's overrated. So he's a child genius, right? Part of Hiruzen's team, the 3 Sanin, obviously. Said to be the strongest out of the 3. At least the smarter of the 3. And I think most people have him above Jiraiya, even with Sage Mode for some reason. Like, I see a lot of like strongest characters on Naruto list. Tsunada's ranked the weakest out of the 3. Then it's Jiraiya, then it's Orochimaru. Because he's just more crafty, nifty, and, he's the type of guy to stab you behind your back type guy, right? And then I thought to myself, what has he actually achieved, this guy? He had the mark on Sasuke. Okay, that made Sasuke stronger. Sasuke then proceeded to kill you, okay? And then you still use the mark against Itachi. Orochimaru came out of nowhere with his snake skin. Then Itachi used the Tatsutsuka blade against you and absorbed all your energy. Then you came back and revived the Kage for the war. I skipped a lot, I know. Which is a great thing he did. He was on the allied side. And then he just became a weird guy in Boruto. And he has like a kid. Or at least a creation, I think, in Mitsuki for Boruto. And then I was like, damn, this guy really just didn't do anything. He got pitched by Itachi like 3 times. Because Itachi just kept saying...
It's cause like his feats, a lot of them are kind of like manga and night novel like stated stuff, like his proficiency in like, I don't want to say dark arts, but that's kind of where it is with the jutsus, like how he can steal bodies, making techniques such as the curse mark. I don't think it's exactly stated in the anime, but he's a snake sage. That's why like he has I think a natural proficiency for like chakra when it comes to like a sage, how they can just draw in chakra.
Yeah.
Like the Toad Sage, how they can just draw into chakra and like naturally and amplify
from
the
like
power.
The atmosphere, basically.
Yeah.
They absorb the
problem is with Orochimaru, he got nerfed throughout the thing. He couldn't use the arms, so he couldn't use any jutsus. But even still, he had to swap bodies, and even still, he couldn't do nothing. And then I think his biggest feat ever, which might be bad to say, but it's probably
the third Hokage.
either killing the third Hokage,
Yeah.
or reviving the previous Hokage and turning a new leaf and becoming good.
Which is funny because he revived Hashirama and Tobirama to fight the third Hokage. You
Yeah,
know,
just to
like he
bring him
couldn't
back
do it
again.
himself. Exactly, just to bring him back again. Like, I don't know, man. I think it's weird because he was stated to be so strong, and then he got beaten by Hanzo. Hanzo beat the three of them, the Sanin. They lived to tell the tale. Hanzo was meant to be a Kage level. So they told me three of these guys got bitched by one Kage level character. And then you get older and stronger and smarter, and you lose to Minato. You don't become Hokage, even though you were meant to get elected. Then you
Yes,
try
I
take
forgot.
over Sasuke.
Orochimaru has because he lost against Minato
Yeah, and
in
then
the
he was
Hokage
so
race. I
bitter
completely
about
forgot
that.
about that.
And then there was the Sasuke issue. So when he was in Katsuki, he threatened Itachi and spoke to him about Sasuke. Itachi just looked at him once, got him in a genjutsu, tied him up in his own snake, or whatever that was, traded places. So you're telling me he tied himself up? Because he thought he was tying up Itachi, but he wasn't genjutsu. So, bro,
Yeah,
it's just,
he had a serious boner for
the kids.
the dojutsu of the Sharingan. He just wanted that
He
body. He
wanted,
wanted a
yeah.
proper vessel in it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
true.
he was chasing Itachi then after he found out that Sasuke was his brother, he chased Sasuke because he's not chasing
Because
any other Uchiha. They're all in the grave.
true, yeah. Itachi just, destroyed them all. But yeah, so overrated. I have Orochimaru. Who do you have overrated again? Gara.
For Gary, yeah.
Yeah, and then underrated. I have
Shino.
Rock Lee, and then you have Shino. So yeah,
Yeah, Rock Lee's is an obvious one. Everyone knows why he's
I know.
underrated.
But yeah, I think he just got done dirty. But yeah, this is crazy because we've spoken for 16 minutes or 17 minutes now, and we've only done one question out of 10. So I think I
Yeah.
might have to break this up, and we might just do 5 questions today, and then 5 questions
Audience,
another day.
crack open a 7 Up or a Sprite or Saturday and get popcorn. This is gonna be a long day for you lot. Good content for you lot
Uh,
though.
True, this is gonna be like at least an hour and 45 minutes, which is insane.
Yeah,
Um,
because
do you
I
have
split
anything
up.
to do
Remember,
tomorrow?
I don't think so. I don't
Okay,
think
then we
so.
could okay we could just wrap this up then. Let's do question number two. Why was
Oh wait, I
Naruto?
forgot about what's it called? I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to give my answer for Shippuden and thing. I'll just go quickly.
Yeah.
Shippuden, I think underrated. Yamato
Okay.
came with Kasha left over and helped
Mm,
Naruto pretty much develop his wind style jutsu. Overrated, Orochimaru.
let's go. Yeah. I was talking to like 5 people, and they never brought up Orochimaru. And when I spoke about it, they're like, "Oh, "Yeah, you're right. He's failed. He's a failure." And then everyone
It's
disagreed.
because Mama done he done nothing, man. He done nothing.
Yeah.
Like in PTS, he was such a scary antagonist. You're thinking,
Mm,
wow, like he won at the end of the show basically. Like he got Sasuke,
yeah, you won
and then
literally.
Shippuden comes. The first part, oh, he's still a scary threat. He made Naruto go into the Tailed Beast mode, and then after that, he just goes away.
Yeah. He's kind of useless. But yeah. Number. Well, let's go with question number two. What does it say? Why was Naruto ridiculed and Sasuke looked up, even though Naruto had greater feats? So this is, I think, when I wrote this question with, well, I mean, he's the one who created it, but I think he spoke about original Naruto and maybe early Naruto Shippuden. So post time skip early Naruto Shippuden and all of Naruto, the first season.
I think
I
that's
th-
easy to answer, you know.
Go on, you answer first. 'Cause I have a short answer too.
It comes down to like even me. My favorite character is Sasuke.
Mm.
Even though Naruto is the main guy of the show, so
Yeah.
just how it's portrayed within the show, Sasuke is just a more cooler, mysterious, um, like nonchalant. Basically, he was made to be that guy at the start. Even though Naruto has way more feats,
Mm.
maybe in PTSD and it's arguable in the first early part of Shippuden because we see the drastic power gap when Naruto and
Oh
Sasuke meet
yeah,
again.
Sasuke was owning all of them.
So it's like I know I can hear the argument, but it just comes down to the perspective of how the author made Sasuke and Naruto. Like they made Sasuke purposefully better, and like just if he wasn't if Sasuke had if the feats were taken away from Sasuke and put into uh Kiba, we would not rate Kiba. We would rate Naruto more. It's just that Sasuke is just him in it. It's just him.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for me, it was always weird seeing the original Naruto because when I watched it, every single aspect, even as a kid till now, obviously me, I'm an unk status now, all of us, um, so old. But the original Naruto as a kid, I was thinking, I was like, wait, so you're telling me Naruto, what's it called, did well in the training exams, went to the same stage, he actually beat his guy in Neji. He then fought Gaara as the one-tailed beast. Naruto is like 11, 12 at this point. I think he's 12 years old. He fought Gaara with the one-tailed beast. He managed to summon a toad, Gamabunta, the main toad, to fight Gaara. And then he then went to, I think third Hokage dies now. Then he goes to find Tsunade with Jiraiya. He gets the Rasengan. He masters at age 12. That Minato did in his late 20s, and Jiraiya technically never did.
It's a high rank jutsu as well. It's a high rank jutsu.
I think it's the highest rank there is. I think it's like
it took Jiraiya a couple years to learn it as well.
Yeah. So for Minato to do it, he did it professionally in the late stages of his 20s, I believe. Jiraiya would have been in his 40s or 50s when he did it. Naruto's 12, and I get it. It's very difficult to invent something, and it's easy to master it once it's done by other people. Because other people had already done it, so they had a blueprint for it. But he's 12. It's so difficult to do it. And it's insane to me to think that he beat Kabuto. No, he didn't win against Kabuto. Kabuto was still standing, right? But did you see that hole in his chest and his abdomen after the Rasengan hit? Obviously, he ended up healing.
And it was very inventive how Naruto done it, by the way. Like, he was failing with one arm. Yeah. He was failing. But then his proficiency in that one jutsu that he had to do every day was a clone jutsu to just have one clone focus on just pouring the chakra into the hand.
Yeah, one is like holding it steady. One is actually doing grabbing the chakra from the atmosphere and putting it in. And then obviously our Naruto, the boy, he's just holding it, right? And then he used his other hand to grab Kabuto's that kunai that was stabbing his hand. And then he brought Tsunade back to the village. And then it was the Sasuke retrieval arc next. I think that was the next thing he did in original Naruto. That was big. And then obviously
Rasengan in that arc.
yeah. Proper Rasengan I'm talking about like he obviously was more tired than Sasuke, right? When he started the fight. His chakra reserve is obviously way higher, but that's a credit to him. He went into Nine Tails mode, he fought Sasuke with the curse mark, which is a massive amp, a massive boost. I would think it's a bigger boost than Naruto's little one tail that he had during the final fight, because he wasn't in control either. So it wasn't like him using his brain behind it. Then obviously Naruto post-time skip, the Shippuden comes around, he gets back Gaara, saves Gaara, does all of this stuff. And I know at the beginning there was a power gap, or there was a fire cliff, but that closed very, very quickly in the first like 3 arcs, which is insane to me. And obviously by Sage Mode Naruto, by Sage Mode Naruto, he would easily destroy what was their team name? Kata? That Akatsuki team that Sasuke had. I think it's like Kara or Kata. I forgot what it's called. Something like that.
Something, the Crow or something, yeah. I think it's Taka. I think it's Taka, I think.
Taka, Team Taka. I feel like that's the one. I can Google it later. Maybe in post edits, I might just write it in. But yeah, I get it. I think it's a normal shonen trope to make the main character seem like a loser every time, even though he does great feats. Like I see it all the time, and I'm like, bro.
It's like in Black Clover, like you see Asta.
Yeah, Asta's done way more, bro. Like actual feats.
Asta's way more feats, but then the way he's like drawn, like throughout the story. I don't even read or watch Black Clover like that, but just from outside looking in, I can tell you, just he looks better in the story. He looks like the main character. You would think this guy's the main character, regardless of the feats. You just think he's cold. That's why you dumb down the Asta stuff a bit.
There's one thing I will say, and if you've seen the previous podcast, you might know, but there's two characters that I really dislike. One is Sukuna, and number two is Yuno. Yuno is my
Seriously?
second most hated character in all of anime
Wait,
because I'm a manga.
Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Shitsun, yeah?
You don't rate that. You don't rate him.
It's the shittest. It's one of the shittest animes. I flat out.
Seriously,
It's
you
one
might
of
be
the
the first
shittest.
person I've ever heard say that shit. You might be the first
Bro,
person on this
it's
earth.
crazy because I was talking to Wolf's younger brother, right? The one from secondary school, and that was with us, the little jit. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, nah." He's like, "We'll send a screenshot," and he was like, "Oh yeah, I agree with his take on Jujutsu Kaisen. It's so shit. It's not even mid. It's like worse than mid."
What? Why you got? Why? Is it because
So I'm a
how it's
manga.
written?
I'm a manga reader.
I read the manga. Yeah, I read the manga as well. The ending, yeah, I could read an ending.
The
Yeah,
ending
I don't.
could have been done so
It
much
was
better.
rushed. It was
Sukuna
rushed.
was like, so the one thing, and it actually links to the second question about the greater feats, right? Gojo versus Sukuna. That was a big thing, right? Everyone hyped up Gojo because of he has all these sick feats. Sukuna's feats we don't really know much about because obviously he was dead from 400 or 500 years ago. One of the best feats we actually had ever for him was that his finger was like just indestructible. Like you can't destroy it. You have to contain and keep it. That was one of the feats, like way back when, right? I'm a manga reader, and the more I learn about him, and every other chapter there's like 10 new powers he gets. It's a complete arse pool. Every
Do you know,
single
that's
fucking
the
chapter.
issue. We don't have
So dumb, bro.
because the manga's end finished. Of course, we don't have anything about it. There's so many questions that's still about.
Mm.
Like,
Bro, like Sukuna got slapped 10 times in the fight. Very next chapter, guess what? Even though, let's say chapter 200 and whatever, right? Let's say 205, he'd get beat the crap out of, right? And he'd exclaim that he's only at like 50% energy left, like cursed energy left, right? Like chapter 206, the very next chapter, he'd be at 100% health, 100% cursed energy, and he'd be like, oh yeah, I did, what was that thing called? That like, you have to like give up a sacrifice. Like you have to give up like a little sacrifice, and then you can replenish your cursed energy or whatever. I forgot. It's like a, you know, what's it
a
called?
reverse curse technique.
No. So it's like they make like a deal to never ever use like jujutsu power again, and their physical armed body gets stronger. Like Toji, and the Zenin.
Oh no,
clan,
that's
like
that,
Maki.
that's. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's because
It's like a sacrifice they do basically.
yeah, it's because obviously you can't. If twins are born, you don't have any cursed energy, but your overall strength is amplified.
I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna search my phone. JJK. What is it called? What is it called? To sacrifice something for power. A binding vow. Binding vow.
That's it, binding vow.
That's the one,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's so dumb. I remember like reading the manga, and it might be mistranslated. Okay, guys, don't kill me for it. A binding vow is like he can't use one of his moves. One of his 1 million moves that he has, he can't use one of them, and all of his cursed energy comes back, like 100%, and it's fully health. How unrealistic is that?
I mean,
It's so dumb.
It's one way to nerf yourself, but it's like
no, but other people like, and you're gonna be like, oh, but Sukuna's so strong, right? He has 1 million arsepool techniques that the author just randomly. So this is Sukuna. He has 100 techniques, right? Before we know anything about him, he comes with 200 more techniques. So that is just the potential for 200 more binding vows. It's so dumb. Exactly. Oh, they couldn't kill Gojo, so they made this box that could trap him. Then they were like, oh, you know what? We're gonna make it so the Sukuna can paint on air, cut in air, dimension slash. Where was this ever heard? Where was this ever known? Never. It's an arsepool he didn't even know he can do.
I was so adamant that it wasn't Gojo over. I was adamant it was a Gojo over.
I was like, Gojo's coming back to life. Gojo's coming back to life. And then when he did, it was just Yuta, bro.
In my opinion, but then you have those people that want to read the manga as well. That's a whole another topic for another day, because those guys that try to no one can make an ending compared to the actual author. whatever headcanon you want to have about a character or a show, that's your own headcanon, innit? Because at the end of the day, we all
Yeah.
have our own opinion about a show. But no one can actually get the canon ending compared to an author. I
You know
think
what?
it was rushed
Yeah, I say
so
that
so
exactly what I
much.
think, bro. You know, it's crazy. This is a Naruto question, and I've been speaking about Jujutsu Kaisen for 10 minutes, so I'm gonna head back and just say, I mean, we've already answered it. You already answered it right at the beginning, and it
Yeah.
was perfect. You know, main character is always the loser because he has to have some sort of catch up. Typical Shonen writing, and Sasuke had the aura and the him moment every single time, even though he does fuck all. But yeah, question number three. Um, who was the best and the worst Hokage? Not Kage, just Hokage, because too many Kage can't be asked.
Yeah, Kage. Yeah, and plus we don't
Okay,
see a lot of them in Kage.
the best. Okay, so it's not best in terms of like it's your favorite, basically.
Power, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If
he
it's
doesn't.
best in terms of
Yeah.
like from the show aspect, I'm gonna say it might be controversial. I think it's Tsunade for the best Hokage. I'll give my reason. You know,
Whoa. Okay.
she's seen two. She's the only Hokage to see two other Hokage overtake her. Everyone beforehand have died. They have never known an era of peace. She has been through the largest era of peace and is still active. Like
Yeah.
even
No, I
though
see
even
that.
though Naruto introduced the era of peace because obviously he's the
He's just too
child
strong.
of prophecy.
He's literally too strong.
Tsunade was there at the forefront. If it wasn't Tsunade that got the Hokage, it would have been someone like Danzo, and then it would have been way worse. She was the
yeah,
best
I can't lie.
candidate.
If Danzo was in charge perma, I think the whole world would
Naruto
be
would have
dead
been in
before
jail. It would
Naruto.
have been done.
Yeah, Naruto would have been stuck in like some sort of like seal
Cage
or
or something.
something. Yeah, they would have sealed
It
him
would have
up
been a
with like
weapon.
100
It would
things,
have been a
bro.
weapon. Tsunade was genuinely the best. And on top of that,
Wait, how are we ranking
a medical
this? 'Cause
genius.
I'm not saying power ranking. I'm just saying
Yeah,
like
it's not power.
best. Yeah,
I'm
story
not going off
whatever.
power. I'm going off like
Yeah.
if it, just straight story, it has to be Tsunade. Because
Okay, that's
mainly
fair, yeah.
because we don't see the first Hokage and the second Hokage. We only ever see a bit of the later year of Hiruzen,
Yeah.
and then we
His old
barely
age.
see anything of Minato. Minato, you could tell me tomorrow that Minato only lasted for like 7 months as a Hokage, and I wouldn't bat an eye because we don't see that much.
You know what?
And
Was
then,
it? Was it? I think it was a little over a year. I feel like.
like it changed so much in
Yeah.
such a short amount of time for him in his tenure as
True.
Hokage. So I generally think the best. She's been there since. Let's look. Since Naruto was what 12, she was a Hokage. Naruto's like in his late 30s or 40 or early 40s, and she's still an Hokage. Even though
Nah,
she's not active Hokage.
Yeah.
No, even though Tsunade is not an active Hokage, she's still a Hokage figure in it. And
Oh
she's
yeah,
still around.
she's definitely behind the scenes and stuff. Obviously helping.
She's
This
same
country will need a
Hokage.
second brother.
They're still around.
Mhm.
So she has to be for that stuff. The worst is a tie for me. There's two different reasons.
Wait, can I say my favorite?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Okay. My favorite, and it's gonna sound insane. Okay. Tobirama.
Is it?
Do you know why?
Why?
Okay, so it's weird, right? But I was thinking about it. Obviously, a lot of people say. So there's two reasons. A lot of people say that the start of the creation of the story is with Kaguya, right? And the story
Yeah.
that we got was from Kaguya, and Black Zetsu is Kaguya's will, right? That evil side of her, the will, right? And he had to find, all these successors to the two sons, which was like, Hagoromo's two sons, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she technically started the entire story in Naruto. But you know what? You know who did the most for the story in Naruto? Was probably Tobirama. I'll explain in one reason why. Firstly, the reason I like him is because he's racist. He's the GOAT. He's so racist in Uchiha. Every time I saw it on screen, I'm like, yeah, my guy. I'm helping you, bro. But he forced the Uchiha to sort of try start a coup the entire time. He sectioned them off to, one little corner. He created over 1,000 illegal jutsu because he's just that much of a, backwards underground type of alley guy. You know what I mean? Like he's the guy that'll be selling drugs to people in the back alley if it was in real life.
But
He made over like 1,000 jutsu. He made the most jutsu. He made the Shadow Clones jutsu in the
yeah, a lot of
beginning.
them were
That
like not illegal, but what's it called? Like
so
yeah,
strong,
illegal juices to do.
illegal
You
and
couldn't do.
strong. Yeah, he made the reanimation jutsu. So the entire war arc would have never happened without him. He also made a flying Raijin, but he made like a level 1 version. He wasn't as good a profession as Minato because Minato was just a child prodigy genius. But he made that. He was the first one to start politics as well. Hashirama needed his brother Tobirama to do anything political because Hashirama was so naive, right?
Yeah, he's a
So when it
pushover.
came,
Yeah.
exactly, he's a pushover. He was the strongest guy, he's the god of shinobi, but he has no brains, and he needs someone. It's like Naruto. Naruto needs Shikamaru, smart, can think straight and make the decisions. Tobirama is like Shikamaru, but obviously stronger in every way. Not as smart, but strong in every way, and he did the actions right. And I'm pretty sure he would have been the one to, you know, um, share the tail beasts with the different lands and stuff. Hashirama's not smart enough to do that. He definitely captured them, Hashirama, because he's too strong.
Yeah,
Um,
Hashirama wanted to give for free. Tobirama said, "Nah,
but yeah, he was
we need
like,
political and financial power."
exactly. You need financial. You need to have some financial gain, bro. Like, no offense, Hashirama, you're strong enough, yeah, to take over the 4 villages yourself by yourself. You could 1v4 them, just like that. Whenever he wanted to, that's just insane. But Tobirama was that guy who started and accelerated every really good storyline in Naruto, like the Uchiha, the coup d'etat, them wanting to fight the third Hokage and Danzo and break out and kill everybody, take back the land. That was started because of Tobirama, because he hated them, cordoned them, sectioned them off in a little corner of the village. And of course he's racist, so plus 10 points for him. And I don't know, he just made the story way better.
Him and Frieza, they're walking in the function together
Bro,
when it comes to
literally.
racism. And Zoro's at the back following.
Yo, no, bro, we discussed this before. Zoro is, Oda said for Zoro, if he was in
Yeah,
real life
police
person,
officer.
he'd be a police officer. That is just
But
insane.
technically, he does wear a durag. So he might be a bit of an Uncle Ruckus or a Dr. Uma type. You
I
don't
think
know.
he might be. Honestly, it's so weird why he's wearing the do rag. Like he's trying to act black, but he's then killing them off. Like it's weird, bro. But yeah, no, it's super weird. But Tobirama is definitely like I thought about it because my favorite's usually Minato because he was always the badass, the cool guy, the dad to the guy. Then I realized, you know what? He fucked up, bro. He could have destroyed the Nine Tails and saved Naruto, and he left Naruto, his own son, to chill with the third Hokage. You gave him like 5p a year, bro, in pocket money to buy food. That was so dumb. The way he like didn't take care of him. I get it, but yeah. Tobirama's a favorite, and then we go to least favorite. Do you want to start or should I?
I, I'll start. Do you know what? My
Mm.
least favorite or worst Hokage, so I would say, is a tie between
Mm.
Hiruzen and Tobirama.
Oh damn. Okay. Damn. Okay.
And I
Well,
don't know which one
yeah.
to say between them because they're both kind of equal for different reasons. Like Tobirama, even though he's done a lot
Is
of
the
good,
goat?
which might be a bit controversial for some people to take, because he did section off what's it called,
Uchiha.
the Uchiha, but it was ultimately in their favor because he made them a police that what's it called what's the word, a
What the
police
police
officer.
force?
Yeah, that's it. The police force of the Uchiha. I mean, of the hidden village.
Hidden
So,
village. Yeah.
that's it. And he made them to not work, but like to get some work out of them. Bit kind of like just integrate them into society a bit. Like
Wait.
I know
Can I
we had
interject?
differences. Yeah, yeah.
Can I interrupt? Do you know why they were made the police force?
Well,
To get more hate on.
is it? No, I remember I saw.
Yeah.
I think I remember I said it before. I think I said it on Think or it might have been before. But there's a YouTuber I've seen. His name is NC Hammer. He's a big Naruto content creator, and he discussed about he looks way more than a lot of people that we know. Like he lives and breathes Naruto sometimes. So he's read all the light novels, sorry, and all of that about Tomirama and about how he's actually not as big as a prick how people might see him. but a lot of the stuff is escaping me. But I
Okay,
think he's the worst because of
but
the reason that you gave, but on opposite
yeah,
line.
fair enough. I mean, like, I'm reading it right now. So this is what my cousin was saying, right? He said, I think this is crazy because I spoke with him yesterday about this because I was gonna add him to the podcast as well, but he's not
Mhm.
exactly he's not feeling it right now. He said, I can't lie here. I think the only reason they were the police is so that they can monitor. Because remember when it was called Itachi had to monitor along with Kakashi the entire village. They
Yeah,
were made the police for that reason, so that we can use the power, but also keep it monitoring in that little station of theirs. That way they can figure out where they are whenever they are.
I think that's a bit of like a bit conspiracy, a bit, because
I think
I
that's
hear it. It
stated.
makes
I think
sense.
that's
It makes
stated straight
sense.
up.
It might have been stated,
Yeah, I
but
think
it
Obito
makes
says
sense
that sort of
on
stuff.
why. I mean, it makes sense on why, but it's a bit of like someone that doesn't have a specific affinity for the Uchiha would be saying that. Like, if you don't like a certain group and you make them an armed force just to keep an eye on them, quote unquote, that's someone that wouldn't have a specific relation to them. That's the feeling you would have towards them, innit? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we already. The thing is, right? The premise is that the overarching premise is that Tobirama hates the Uchiha, and he didn't want another a rising Madara. He said that himself a billion times. He always says it. Oh, look at that Uchiha boy Sasuke. He has the
Yeah.
potential of Madara, this and that. Like, he always compared every red-eyed guy to Madara. It's insane, and obviously for
But
good reason.
he,
Madara was
he
so
didn't
strong.
hate he didn't hate the Uchiha just like that, you know? Because if you remember in his,
Yeah,
I think he had a 5-man squad with
yeah.
Hiruzen, Danzo,
His best
and
friend was
his best friend was an Uchiha, and he also had an Uchiha who was Shisui's like descendant. I think it was like his granddad or something.
I don't actually know about that, but all I know is that his best friend was in Uchiha.
It was in a flashback when do you remember how there was two I forget the enemies' names here, but there was two
Kinkaku.
rogue ninja. That's it. Who ate the Kuruma's
Nine
flesh
Tail, yeah.
and got a bit of the chakra. In the 5-man team, they had Shisui's. I think like he won this
Or
like,
the
we don't know
flicker
if it was
technique.
yeah, we don't know if it was his dad or if it was his granddad, but one of Shisui's descendants was there, and he had the same exact Kekigenkai. Was it Kekigenkai or was the what's it called? Kotomatsukami.
I don't think it's Kekigenkai.
It might be something different. It might not be Kekigenkai. It might be
Yeah,
something
I
different.
don't think so. It could be, but my
But
memory is
his the
fleeting.
but the uh, Dokuro Jutsu that
Mm.
obviously every Uchiha has when it comes to Mangekyo that we know of. Obviously,
Yeah.
when you got Itachi, you have his Tsukiyomi. Shisui's one was the strongest one, and his granddad had the same. And him in the same 5-man squad under Tobirama, he had this. What's it called? What did I call it again? I completely forgot the name of it.
Koto.
Koto Matsukami.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's so long.
And it's the most OP thing ever.
Damn.
So like I
That's
hear the
released.
hatred part, but it's like
Damn. That's released, yeah. You know who
that's
my
but
least is?
it's joint. Sorry, it's joint with Hiruzen. We know why though.
My least is Hiruzen,
Yeah,
and I've already
you can say why.
explained it. Yeah.
You can say why.
Well, firstly,
He was a bit of a prick.
he couldn't control his team of three. He let his no. First, let's go way back. He let Tobirama die. I know. I heard that it's 20 S rank ninjas plus Kinkaku, but I'm thinking of them as Kage level beings. Yeah. There's Danzo, Hiruzen, the other Uchiha guy, and the second Hokage. I'm not sure if I'm putting too much, like too much power to them and too much like responsibility. But letting Tobirama die like that is kind of like really lackluster, even though it is 20 other like Jonin level guys. But I don't know. Maybe we're just too used to Naruto being so strong that he could wipe out 80,000. So when I hear that Tobirama died to 20, that pisses me off. I don't know.
Do you know? It's
Um,
because
yeah,
Tobirama told him like give him a direct order, like cut like a bit after like you're the Hokage, you're gonna be the Hokage.
yeah.
You need to leave. So
Yes.
that's why.
But I'm so weak though. Even if I was Hiruzen, yo, man, yeah.
He offered to die, but like Tobirama said nah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the next Hokage that
Well,
successes me.
that's
Go.
still hit one failure for his. That's still one failure. We move forward. He has a team of three. The three Sanin. He lets his student run away.
Become a rogue ninja.
Exactly
Yep.
what Kakashi did with Sasuke. Literally mirror. The other two he didn't really take care of too much. One became fully neglect of the village and started gambling. The other one was here and there, but he was on more like he was away from the what's it called village doing other missions. Like what's it called when you go to other villages and like spy on them?
Traveler. You talk about.
Nah, not traveler. I mean like what are those missions that you do where you're basically scouting information about other what's it called villages?
Oh, a tracker.
Yeah, something like that. He'd basically go after like rogue ninjas, I think, and find out about the Akatsuki because that rogues group in it. He was following them for quite some time. So Jiraiya is not in the village. He's doing his own thing. Tsunoda's a degenerate gambler, and your other student, who's meant to be the best student and your favorite, I think, out of the three, Orochimaru, is now a rogue ninja in the Akatsuki that's trying to destroy you. Then, in your 20 to 30 years that you are alive, you never fixed your relationship with the Uchiha. Even though Tobirama was the one that pushed him into the corner, you could have easily made it so that they could have integrated back. If they felt like they had some sort of power and more land, the Uchiha might not wanted to, rebel and start a coup d'etat. So, he failed on that end, failed with the students, he failed his sensei, bro. What did he do right? He didn't even treat Naruto correctly, properly, bro. Like, I get it, it's not your son, but how many? There's that one scene of
He
him
said he
just
would look
slapping
after.
down. Yeah, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna. Kushina was that bro dying, saying take care of my kid. His name is Naruto. You're like, yeah, I'll take care of the kid. There's a big meme of Hiruzen saying, I'll take care of the kid, and then the very next scene is him slapping down like 5 coins on Naruto's desk,
Go buy lunch when he's like
and he
4 years old.
and like, yo, cook your own meals. You're 2.5 years old. I know you can't speak, but go and do it. Like what, bro? Like, you're probably not the richest, whatever, but I assume that the Henley village is more rich than other villages. I think that's fair to say, right?
Yeah, I
Just
think
on
yeah.
a standpoint that we know, they're just better, faster, stronger, smart than every other village. Such a
He
bias,
was
but it is what
he
it is.
was written in such a poor way because there's some likable aspects about him because
And he
he's
died to Orochimaru in such a dumb way, bro. I don't care.
because of the what's it called soul reaper
The
death jutsu, innit?
Reaper, yeah, the Reaper Soul Jutsu. He didn't even kill Orochimaru somehow, even though he tried
Took
taking
his
him out. Like,
hands.
yeah, the point of taking the arms. Yes. But yeah,
I mean,
he's a
but they
failure.
integrated
We
him.
both agree, and
Yeah.
we both agree that Toblerone is the GOAT. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. GOAT, bro. But yeah, what's the next question? Do you want to read it? The next question.
Yeah, I think the next question is
Oh yeah.
Did Neji's death have any narrative value or is it just lazy writing?
We spoke about this 2 minutes before starting the podcast. We disagree on this, so I think I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
So it's not so much that we disagree. I think we agree in one aspect, and you might actually agree with the other aspect too. Firstly, I think his death was unnecessary, and I
It
know
was a
you
stupid
disagree.
death. It was a
Yeah,
stupid
I'm
death.
saying it's so strange for a guy who's a Jonin like him to die to
It's,
one of these spikes. Why did he jump in the way instead of do his 8 trigram
that's
64
what I was about to say. It's not
palms?
even that. It's like a man that does rotation jutsu. He didn't
Yeah,
rotate in the time he needed to.
bro,
He could have
exactly.
broke it.
He has the ocular. What's it called? He has the eyes. He has the
Byakugan.
Byakugan. Let's say this now. He has the strongest Byakugan in the village. I'm pretty sure he's the strongest of his clan at the time of the war. He just is. He's stronger than Hinata. I'm sorry, he just is. And the
It's
writing
probably
wise, he's made
arguable.
to be
It's
that
probably
way.
arguable.
Nah, it's the writing, innit? They made him be a child prodigy, then a teenage prodigy, then he's a Jonin. He's a step above everybody else all the time. And the only other person is that him and Hinata. Hinata had that one, like, those tiger for hands that she had, which was one
Yeah.
sick jutsu. But everything else, just like writing wise, made Neji just look like a badass all the time. So he didn't rotate, he died. And then that makes Naruto sad. I get the narrative value. So this question says, does it have narrative value or was it lazy writing? So I didn't write this question, it was Wolf. And when he was saying it because he wanted to know, did it kick Naruto into form? Or
What
could
do you mean?
Naruto have... So Naruto started crying about Neji's
Oh.
death. Then Obito started saying, oh, did you see what happened there, Naruto?
Oh
Your
yeah,
friend just
yeah.
died. And
I thought you
everybody
said-
else would die. Yeah.
Yeah.
that
I
proper-
thought
that
you said no
speech.
one's gonna die. And
Yeah,
then he died.
exactly. And then you're like, you died, your best friend just died in front of... Not best friend, bro. He's like top 25. And it's insane because then that kicked in the Naruto's memory, which is one of my favorite scenes from the war as well. Naruto starts going through his memories, and then Ino's jutsu is making his memories go to everybody in the Allied Shinobi forces, the 80,000 people, right? And then everyone's watching Naruto's memories of him being a kid, and Sasuke running away, and him trying to retrieve him, and him fighting this and that, and blah blah blah, retrieving Gaara. Everything Naruto's done of note happened at memory, and then it ends with him being at Jiraiya's headstone, the grave. And then the music creeps in, and then he kicks in and says, "I'm not gonna lose anyone anymore." Bam, goes full Nine-Tail QB mode. Outraged, him and Sasuke both are 2v1ing Obito properly. So I think it's weird. His death, Neji as a whole, was unnecessary. I'm not saying it wasn't.
I think it could have been a necessary death, like, but it's the way it came about. It like
His death was dumb.
You could have killed him in a way like he got jumped by like Madara and Obito or something.
Is there a fan in the background?
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me move that away.
Yeah, sorry. I can just hear it kind of loud. That's all.
Sorry. Hopefully, I wasn't playing the whole time.
2 hours later. Tomorrow. 3 hours later. The next day. 12 o'clock midnight. Many months later. Day 2. Day 3. Day 4. A few moments later. 2,000 years later.
And we're off.
Alright guys, welcome back in the same video. Mijuno took over for the first 5 questions with Moino, and I'll be finishing the second half of the Naruto special with Moino. So, should we just get back into it?
Yeah, of course, man.
Perfect. I'll let you speak out the first question, Moino, and I'll give my opinion first.
Yeah, I spoke to Midge about this already slightly, and my answer is going to be long, but I want to make it as quick as possible. Question 6.
Sure, go ahead.
Should Naruto have ended with Pain's defeat instead of the 4th Great Ninja War? Now, I'm going to start, okay? Because I've already spoken about... I've basically thought about this already during the night, as soon as I finished yesterday's lesson.
Yeah.
There's one good and one bad with this. One bad is that if you finish with Pain's defeat, right, which was around episode 170, 160 something,
yeah,
there wouldn't have been a lot of, time in those 170 episodes from episode 1 to 170 to fix a lot of the plot holes. Because then we'd wonder where Sasuke, he's not back, no redemption, everyone just died. In this case, Itachi just died, Jiraiya just died. There's a lot of plot points and plot holes that need to be said, right?
Yeah.
But I guess the pro would have been if somehow in those 170 episodes you made it so that Sasuke can come back, be good in 170 episodes. I'm not sure how you do that though. The pace would be kind of messed up. But Pain's defeat felt right. He finally became the hero of the Hidden Leaf, and it was a great end, I guess. I remember when watching it live when I was a kid. I would have been like, what? Probably like 12 years old, 13 years old when this happened. It's crazy how long ago it was. But I remember thinking about it and being like, damn, this is a sick ending. Remember when the crowd was pushing him up? And like, yeah, hero, Naruto. And then there was Iruka Sensei crying, and we're like, Ruled 3rd, Ruled 4th, your wish has come true. Naruto is finally a hero of the Hidden Leaf. And it ends there with him smiling in midair. Honestly, that would have been such an amazing, man, you know what's crazy? If they finished it in that time and made it quick, bish, bash, bosh, it would have been perfect, but pacing would have been messed up. Where the hell is Sasuke? Is he good or not? So obviously there's a pro and con. I do think it's definitely a better ending, but there's just a lot of plot points that, haven't been answered. So pacing would have been very bad.
I get what you mean. I 100% understand that. Do you know what? Yeah. Okay. Here's my opinion. I think Naruto versus Pain. I think that whole arc is a masterclass in Naruto's whole show, like in writing. I feel like it's the first time in the show where I felt real stakes. You know when Pain came in, Almighty Push, and the whole village was like created.
Shinra Tensei.
Yeah, that moment I felt like was like, yo, stuff is getting serious. Things are getting like Jiraiya dying. Like there was so many key developments in the show that happened there that I don't think it should have been a finishing arc. But I think they could have placed it later on in the show's development. So the way I would see it is, instead of that super long dragged out war arc, they could have had the war arc shortened and condensed, and then right before the war arc, they could have had the Pain arc happen. So it was like part of the final quarter of the show, rather than being halfway through the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a couple key moments in the show that needed for it to happen, so the war made sense. Like for example, the reason Obito and Madara had to step in was because Nagato was originally, using Yahiko, paying
Yeah.
puppet. He was the leader of the Akatsuki, but he went back on his word and ended up using that jutsu to save the whole of the Hidden Leaf rather than using it for quote unquote Madara's purpose, Obito's purpose, which was to bring back, certain members from that are already dead. So instead of the reanimation jutsu, they were originally supposed to use Nagato's jutsu, the one that brings everyone back to life.
Yeah.
And I feel like him changing, etc., all of that stuff happening was so good, and it was such a good way of like wrapping up so many plot points that it should have been placed towards the end of the anime. But with where it was placed, Naruto still hadn't become Hokage yet. There was still, like you said, Sasuke was missing. There was still so much information left untold. So my thoughts are: the show should have ended after Pain, but the Pain arc should have been closer to the end of the show.
Okay.
And
I would have agreed.
That's about it.
So
Yeah, but I think it is one of the best, if not my favorite arc. So
it's Pain is so
one of the
arc
best
and
villains.
Chunin exam.
Yeah,
Up
exactly.
to.
Tuning exam and Pain, but tuning exams again, it still felt self-contained. Like it was like everything was under control as an exam. Obviously, Orochimaru did come in at the end, but we knew that that threat would be stopped. But when
Yeah.
Pain was coming in, smoking, Kakashi was getting smoked.
Bro, I felt like everyone was
and
gonna
then
die.
Naruto. Yeah, it's like everything was falling apart, and it made sense that it was falling apart. And obviously, the Akatsuki had been foreshadowed for so long, but this is the first time we see their leader. And remember, the leader at the time they were having those zoom calls over that jutsu. Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
just had we just had glimpses of Pain's face in it. But this
Why
is
was it
our
touching
first time.
using his Sharingan in those Zoom calls, bro? Relax.
But like, it's like the first time we get to see Pain in action after all of this foreshadowing. You're like, damn, these guys are not the guys to mess with, basically. And I was like, yeah, they did that really well. And then obviously we saw Naruto's transformation when he loses control, and then we meet Minato for the first time. Like, it was such a cool key moment in the show. So yeah,
But yeah,
I
Pain,
definitely like
the Pain
great.
defeat should have been very end. And the war should have happened before Pain's defeat, and they should have upscaled Nagato, so he's the final guy. That's what I think.
Agreed. No, not the final guy. He would be like the vice final, the vice president. Because at the end of the day, I will never deny that Madara is
Madara
ultimate
is just a
final villain.
boss.
Yeah, but Nagato would have been like a great, like vice captain, vice final enemy. I feel like he would have been a perfect stepping stone into Madara's
Fair enough.
closure. But then they threw, Kaguya in and it ruined it. But we don't talk about that.
Yeah. That never happened, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what did happen?
What
The next
happened?
question.
Exactly. I know what
The
to
next,
talk about.
the next
let's-
question happened, bro. I'll read that to you.
Yeah.
Was Danzo the necessary evil that Konoha needed? Or was he just a bit of a power-hungry traitor? Okay.
Oh, it's a good one. This could be a controversial question. I want you to answer first, man. I feel like
Okay,
you've
yeah.
got like a good answer.
Yeah, I've already thought about these questions. You have to understand, the end of episode, part one, sorry, we basically skimmed through it in our heads a bit, and I had an answer. I always believe that if there is too much good, something's going to go wrong. And that, it's going to sound weird, I agree with Sasuke on this as well. I feel like there's a necessary evil in this world, because nothing can stay too good for too long. There needs to be this
course.
one dude just messing things up, just so everybody has to band together. For example,
world, yeah.
if Madara came to the human world IRL right now, do you think America and Russia are going to start fighting each other? Hell no. They're going to band together, create some new weapon, and drop it on Madara. So that's technically weirdly world peace right there. Was he a necessary evil? 100%. He was in the darkness. He was the Shadow Hokage. He was doing the dirty work that needed to be done in the underworld, the underground. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Bro, he was doing exactly what was needed to keep peace and stability. As for him being a power-hungry traitor, okay, this is like the wording is a bit off. Power-hungry? Yes. Traitor? No. I don't ever believe that he was ever a traitor to the Hidden Leaf Village. I just think he's far too extreme in his ideals. Man was farming Sharingans in his hands, bro, in his arms.
Yeah.
And that is very
he was
extreme.
Like D1 Uchiha hater. Like a
Bro,
D1.
Everybody thinks that Tobirama was the original hater. Step aside. Danzo is different. He is different breed. Like the way he treats them, and you know what's crazy? I even have a theory that Hiruzen, third Hokage, the reason why he said himself that he couldn't, get the Uchiha to be like in the village. Bro, Danzo probably started putting posters, bro, like some weird ass posters saying Uchiha bad or something. He's that in his free time. He probably did that. I can't lie. And it's crazy because he's definitely necessary to the village. We know that, and he truly cares for the village. He's an
He does.
extremist for the Leaf Village. Anybody who
Exactly.
thinks he's not on the Leaf Village side, you're insane, crazy. Watch the episodes again, okay?
He's an
But
Eren Yeager type of personality in the sense that he
he's
will go to any limit, no matter how far for the
yeah,
village.
bro. Literally, like
Yeah.
it's actually insane. He obviously wants to be strong. He wants to be power hungry, and he believed
Yeah.
that to be in control, you should be extremely strong, and that
Yeah.
they're in tandem with one another. Because if you're strong enough, and Sasuke had the same idea at the end of the war arc,
Yeah.
Sasuke said these words, and I think he probably got it from Danzo's, 10 books on the Uchiha or something.
Mm.
Literally, if you're strong enough and you're powerful enough and you're evil enough, the world has to band together. There needs to be that one big bad. And Sasuke was gonna throw his whole life away just to create world peace through him being the one hated. It's like what
Yeah.
Itachi did. He became hated just for peace to arrive. Danzo in many ways did the same thing. No one likes the character. But do you know why I like him? It's because I know that he'd get shit done. If I was with him, he'd probably kill me at the end of it.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
there's probably a good reason for that. Honestly, he was
Yeah.
necessary.
Yeah. Like you said, the necessary evil. Like he would do the things that no one wants to do to maintain
100%.
the peace of the world, of the ninja world.
You know
And
that?
you know what? He definitely did. You're right.
Yeah.
But
There's the question, right? Would you
yeah.
kill like five, like five innocent kids or like that, whatever, right? Those really weird what if questions that make
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
sound like a psychopath. He
The main
would
dilemma.
he would 100% answer it. If it's the
He
one
would do
person saving or
the
the five people,
sacrifice.
he's killing the one easy and saving the five.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't hesitate to kill the one either. Because in his mind,
Yeah.
the logic is so sound. I'm saving 4 lives. I'm not killing anybody. I'm saving 4, bro. As in 4 more.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah,
He's more of an ultimatum, like logical fatalist. Like he
mm-hmm.
will kill those 4 kids in order to save 1 million kids. That's his line of
100%.
reasoning.
Easy, yeah.
That's his thought process. And do you know what? Maybe I don't know. Power hungry traitor. Do you know what? Nah, I don't think he's.
He's not
I
a
think
traitor,
I
though.
actually agree with you. Yeah, I would not call him a traitor. He's definitely power hungry, but I wouldn't call him a traitor. Everything he did at the end of the day was for Konoha, even if it was at extreme like cost. So you know what? Yeah, I agree with you. He's not a traitor. Definitely
Mm-hmm.
power hungry. Definitely not likable, but is kind of the reason why Konoha stood standing as like for
100%,
Naruto
yeah.
and is even to be born.
Like, I remember
And
I saw
yeah,
it just on Reddit. I'm a bit of a Reddit weirdo. They were like, with Danzo, is Danzo the worst Hokage? And I was thinking about it. I was like, he didn't really do much as Hokage, but everything he did or tried to do in a short span, 5 Kage
yeah.
Summit, beat Sasuke, beat Danzo. I mean, not Danzo, sorry, beat Obito. At the time, he was, the fake
But he
Madara or
was the one
whatever.
who gave the go ahead to kill the whole Uchiha clan, right?
He was the one. He did that.
I mean, they did do a majority vote, but he was the one who drove the decision.
Hmm. I mean,
Yeah, and then
Hiruzen knew all
yeah,
about it. We can't act
yeah,
like
here's
he
the
didn't know
right,
shit.
yeah.
He knew everything that
It-
Danzo was doing, and he let it go because he knew for the greater good, innit?
Hiruzen was quite passive in a lot of things. Like he would just
Mm.
let things happen in the background, and then
Yeah.
once things were immediate, like danger, then he will step in. Like for
Then he's
example, the Nine Tails attack when they were on the third Great Ninja War, or was it the fourth? Yeah, third Great Ninja War. He stepped in. Orochimaru tuning exams, he stepped in. But whenever things were fizzling and like happening, the conflicts were happening, he would just like let them run until
yeah.
it fizzled out of control. So I think in that sense, Danzo was a better leader
He was
than
definitely.
Hiruzen.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the worst Hokage, and we discussed this already. Question 3.
Yeah,
Best
yeah,
worst
with Mitch,
Hokage.
right?
We've already
Yeah.
discussed it.
What
I'll
did, what,
post
what did
it.
Mitch say? And what did you say? Like in a quick summary, one
We both
sentence.
said the worst is the third Hokage.
Yeah,
He said
I
he
agree.
thinks the best would have been actually Tsunade, and he gave
Tsunade?
very very good points. I'm genuine about this. He said
Really?
Tsunade is best.
As in from
You know,
management perspective,
yeah, we're not saying strongest.
managing
We're
team.
saying in a leader position,
Yeah.
she did well, and he gave a bunch of reasons why.
But you have
And
to take the strength into account when you're thinking
I
about
know,
points.
but no,
You're
we
maintaining
tried to say best and worst Hokage, not strength wise.
And no, I'm not saying strength is the only factor, but you
Yeah, I
have to
know.
determine. You have to factor that in.
So
Tsunade wasn't weak though. She wasn't weak.
we discussed are we gonna include strength or not? Because then we just have to put someone like
No.
Minato
So
number one.
when I say best Hokage, it's a combination of strength, a
Yeah,
combination
we
of
completely
managing.
ruled that out, bro.
Okay, you ruled it out. Fair enough. Okay,
We
if you ruled
said
it out,
pure
like you're talking
leader
about
and who has the
yeah,
great character. Who's a good character in general, right? Like human
managing
being.
peace basically.
Do you know who I said is number one?
God.
Yes.
Best Hokage
Yeah.
from what personality standpoint?
Just overall.
Overall. So when you say Hokage, is it only up to Tsunade, or you include the future ones too?
Future ones too. Kakashi and Naruto
So
included.
you include Kakashi, include Naruto, include Shikamaru. Then I think you probably would have said Kakashi.
I said the second Hokage, Tobirama.
You said Tobirama from a
Yeah.
from a
Yeah.
personality standpoint.
I said everything all in one.
Bro,
Like the leader.
he's
Yeah,
like Danzo
bro,
1.0 when it comes to the
that's
race.
exactly Danzo's my second favorite now. You don't understand. But
Tobirama was the extreme younger brother. That's what he was.
yeah, no, he was the sensible and the guy who he's like a Shikamaru to me.
Yeah,
He's the type of Shikamaru type of character. And Shikamaru actually
yeah.
compared himself to the second Hokage during the war. But yeah, anyway, that's enough of talking about Danzo and the other Hokage. Let's
Yeah,
get to the next
back to it.
question. You have to read it, bro. Number 8.
Okay, so number 8. Oh, this is probably a question I chose.
I know, you said this exactly.
Did Rock Lee deserve more screen time and development? And my answer is yes. Next question.
No.
Okay, go on.
He's a bozo with a bowl cut. Get out of here, kid. I'm joking. No, but I'm being
Yeah.
honest. We've already said he's the most underrated character.
Yeah.
I said he's the most underrated. Midge said
Okay.
most underrated was Shino, and he said that we needed Rock
Yeah,
Lee more
I
time, bro.
mentioned Shino too, didn't I? I
Yeah,
remember I mentioned
bro, it's
Shino.
so weird because you two didn't speak about it either. He fully just said
Yeah.
Shino outright. He didn't see the podcast, nothing.
No, because if you look at it from like a stranger's point of view who'd watched it and has discussed this conversation with us right now, I think the go-to characters are always always have been Shino and Rock Lee. Because the reason is Rock Lee and Shino, they have such interesting like personalities. First of all, like Shino's very mysterious. His family comes from like a background of like, I think, were they assassins? Were they like a secret family, assassin family?
I don't even
Like
know. Probably, man.
basically they can
They're in
use
intel,
bugs.
innit? They're in
Yeah,
reconnaissance and
intel.
intel.
Yeah, reconnaissance and intel. And then they have such an interesting power of like, controlling so many bugs and like, sending
Yeah.
information through and killing enemies with bugs, like a horde of flies. Like who can do that? And then Rock Lee, his mission of becoming a ninja without being able to use ninjutsu and unlocking the gates. It's just there's so much you can explore with those characters, yet they were just thrown aside. They had a period of where they were the main character, during the tuning exams or during this certain arc with, Team 8. But then after that, they're just like sidelined for the rest of the show because of the main plot and main characters. But they could have been involved more in, like for example, like I said, I keep saying this and I won't stop saying it. Sakura, she's a boring character. She's an empty character, yet she had more than triple the screen time of Shino and Rock Lee combined. There's just so much more that Masashi could have done with those two characters, and I think Rock Lee in
I think
particular
he
would have been a
sucks
great.
at writing female characters.
Yeah, do you know what? You're right. You're definitely right there.
Like I thought about it in the night, right?
Mm.
And I listed 5 characters that I thought could have had very, a lot of potential, right?
Mm.
Number 1, the GOAT, Anko Mitarashi, bro. She's so good looking. She was my first crush. And
Uncle, yeah.
yeah, she had a great backstory with Orochimaru and the curse mark. She was the first one, the student of Orochimaru, like the prodigy
Yeah.
that he raised.
I remember.
He fell on flat on his face. What the hell did Masashi Kishimoto do with her?
She was at the
Nothing.
start, at the tune-in, and then I can't remember what happened to her afterwards.
I don't remember what happened. That's the issue.
She
It
get
wasn't
like
memorable
fat in
enough.
Naruto as well, like.
Yeah, what was this downgrade? And anybody saying being fat is not a downgrade, leave. Unsubscribe. I don't even care.
I don't know what they were thinking, but yeah, I can't like she got sidelined hard. You're right.
I know.
She
Like,
definitely-
so there was obviously Kurenai, Asuma's wife, who had the
Oh,
kid.
Yeah.
I think she could have been written. She was written decent, other than the fact that she tried pulling a genjutsu on the king, on the goat Itachi. What are you doing?
Imagine. No, but during this time, remember, no one like knew much about Itachi. But like, oh, God bless her. I don't know what she was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking, bro. She should have
I don't
known
know what
all the
she
stories about Itachi as 6 years old. Be the Hokage
Yeah,
level, bro. No, but on a roll, he can't write what's it called, female characters. Hasn't done so. Kaguya as the final villain. You know what? He probably added Kaguya. No offense to any if there are women watching this. I think to get inclusion, he just randomly threw in a mother.
Really?
She's a woman.
But at the end of the show, like really.
That was dumb. We had not much from her. We had not much from her ever.
I get the feeling he was paid. Like someone gave him bread and were like,
You know what?
implement some
Probably.
Japanese mythology, bro. And he was like, yo, not fine. But, like, or he was just like he wanted to be unpredictable for the sake of being unpredictable. You know when people like to add plot twists into a show with no
I know.
backing, no foreshadowing, nothing, just to make it like, oh, shock factor.
I mean, yeah, that's probably what happened. It wasn't a good look at the end for
Oh, he
having
didn't need it. He
someone
didn't
who's
need a
not
plot
written.
twist.
No, but
It
remember
was
the
just
RDC World skit, bro,
which
when
one?
anime shows were about to quit, and they're like, "Oh, add a son." No, he doesn't need a son. Add another arc, another villain. Remember when they
Yeah,
tried
you're right.
anime? It was called like how
You're right.
anime studios force the authors to extend their work or something, and they
I
force
know.
them to steal them.
Okay, no, I watched this other YouTube video. It's kind of similar to the RDC skit, but he basically breaks it down. He's like, okay, what do you do when your main villain becomes too powerful? I.e., Madara gets a 10 tails Jinchuriki and he's too
Give
powerful, yeah?
him the Itachi cough disease that killed him.
No, they're like, make a new villain. But like, okay, if you make a new villain, how are you going to get rid of him? He's like, we're going to have a villain who had been plotting against him since the beginning of the show. Okay, which is this villain going to be? It's going to be Zetsu. He's like, who the fuck gives a shit about Zetsu? He's like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Black
the whole
Zetsu.
point.
What the hell?
You won't suspect Zetsu. And he's like, okay then, alright, if you want this new villain to be, how is Madara going to die for this new villain to come into place? And he's like, yeah, Zetsu's just going to stab him through his back. It's like, wait, what, wasn't he like a super overpowered Tentaji Jinchuriki? He's like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I tried uploading it, but I'm not sure if the title or something got flagged.
Yeah.
Episode 4, Part 3 is Masashi Kishimoto racist? It's a small segment I want to upload, and it got taken down.
Yeah.
Oh,
it got taken down.
yeah, it got taken down. I think it's
Yeah,
because of the
I'm
word
surprised
racist or
then.
whatever. Why
Yeah,
did
yeah.
Black Zetsu have to be the villain?
Why is this, yeah?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, man. Kishimoto,
Yeah,
I'm just
you know
saying, what's up?
You know what? I think him and Zoro are good friends. But yeah, you know what? You're right. From the standpoint of writing female characters,
He's
I think
horrible.
One Piece
I'm sorry.
creator did a better job than him. I'll really
Bro,
notice that. I just hate
there's
Alabasta and
one
I'm really
huge thing that I like about One Piece women characters, that's all I'm saying.
yeah, we know what that is.
And it's
We
not
know
their
what that is.
face. Anyway, next question.
But yeah,
The
Rock Lee
answer?
did deserve.
Yeah, Rock Lee deserves more screen time, more development. We just need to see more of him on screen, even as a gag joke character sometimes. I think he's kind of funny. But yeah.
Yep.
Number 9. Guy Sensei not I wrote this, I got pissed.
Yeah.
Guy Sensei not having his legs and Naruto getting a full arm back is BS.
Okay. So I kind of forgot about post-war stuff. So you know that
Yeah.
arm that he had, right? The one with bandages all around it. Isn't it like an artificial arm or something?
So, it's an arm made from the cells of Hashira. Did you hear that?
Hey, what?
What? Wait. Oh,
No, you sound fine.
Nah. I'm telling you, something dropped in my room somewhere, and it made a clanging sound. They definitely heard it. I apologize for that. That scared the shit out of me. I'm in a
Might
fully
be a
dark
cat.
room.
Or a fox or something. Yeah.
Nah, wait, sorry, where was I? So Hashirama cells,
Hashirama,
they use the
Yep.
BS. Hashirama this, he can just turn into a god. You know,
I mean,
he
Madara
heals
used his
everything.
cells as well
Yeah.
to like create new body parts. So I'm assuming
Yeah,
similar
but
thing.
so Hashirama cells create a whole arm, new bones, new skin, new arm, new muscles. They couldn't
Yeah.
fix Guy Sensei's bone.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna give you some devil's advocate here. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Bear in mind, before this even happened, Guy Sensei was literally on the verge of death.
Yeah.
So he just used the 8 gates, and what the 8 gates does, it destroys your body from within, like from your nerve damage to complete bone fractures on a whole different level. So while Naruto had his arm severed from the clash with Sasuke, the Rasengan and the Chidori clash, basically Guy should have been completely and utterly just gone. He should have been destroyed. But then Naruto using that one, like that, that quick time event limited edition power from the Sage of the Six Paths, the sun on his palm, he managed to save
Yeah,
Guy's life.
it was the sun or the moon, one of the two, and
One of
he
the moon,
stopped his
yeah.
heartbeat. I remember that.
Honestly, I think I'll be real. They should have just let Guy die. Like it would